Let's get out of here for now. We'll come back later.
Are we still exploring?
As you cross back through the room, one of the little miners, again, you feel a tug at your cloak. When you turn around, you see it's the one that you were angry with previously. And he's holding a rock in his hands and offering it up to you. And it's a smooth stone. In the torchlight, it looks kind of pretty, but doesn't look valuable. But he's offering it to you.
Well, that's nice of him. I appreciate his trying to make amends after how freaking rude he was earlier. I'll take the rock and nod at him. And
he nods back, and he seems very appreciative to have made amends.
Well, that's good. Good for that guy.
Hey, we're all friends.
Khalil, again, they're still avoiding you as much as possible because you've got this torch.
That's fine by me.
This is the next door we're going through?
Stack up on this door.
Did they acknowledge the fact that I'm, like, nearly their size, or did they just regard me as a stranger?
They regard you the same as they regard the others. Well, I mean, you can get closer to them because you're not carrying a light.
Yeah. Okay. I was just curious.
Alright, and we're going into this room here?
Door locked?
It is not.
Open it up.
I can get rid of this one and that one.
Oh no, we've learned so many things.
It's a circle.
It is a circle. What's the matter? You don't like circles?
No, circles are awesome.
Did we pass our circles test?
You did. Congratulations.
All right, we can graduate from kindergarten now. Bonk.
Where'd that chair go? There it is.
It always spawns to the center of the table.
Whoa, that chair just grew.
It's a big chair.
That is a really big chair.
So, the carvings on the walls and floors of this room look a little bit deeper and fresher than a slightly better condition than what you've seen so far, but still impossible to make out. They're ancient, worn-away ruins. At one time, the circular carving you see on the floor may have been magical, like a sigil or a circle of runes or something, but it holds no apparent power now. In the center of the circle is the bottom half of a large stone chair facing the south. This chair was carved directly from a sandstone pillar that reaches floor to ceiling, but the top of this column has been broken and the rubble has fallen behind it. That would be this rock here. Two doors sit along the south wall. One is broken, smashed off its hinges by some kind of great unknown force, and the other is curious looking because you don't see a handle on it. Instead, you see 2 rows of, they look like 8 stone orbs set into it. Each one is carved with a curious design.
Oi, Magic Man, get in here. See what you know about this stuff.
Magic Man.
Alright, just to be clear here, I am not a wizard. I get my powers from my blood, so...
He's a magic man.
But I'll check it out.
Okay. Nodal, look at my face. This is my not caring face.
Something's in the way.
Imagine
I'm standing in there.
Okay,
I
you're
miss
fine.
Adric.
Well, here, I can shrink you a little bit.
No, don't shrink me. I don't want to be shrunk.
Okay. Then you gotta set yourself in the room.
My noble visage is important.
So what are you doing in the room?
I'm inspecting the 8 orbs to see if I recognize any of the engravings.
All you can tell for sure is that each engraving has a different pattern on it. But Zook.
Yeah.
You're not in the room, so never mind.
I'm still in the doorway. I just
I'm
have to set
gonna
myself
move around
up.
the room, not
Okay,
standing in the
corner.
middle of the circle, because standing in the middle of a magical circle is always a bad choice.
That's easy enough.
Yeah. Until we know more, let's not stand in the middle of the circle.
And then
So-
once there's more room, I'll move. I'll move
This
in.
is the broken doorway here. This is the door that has the 8 orbs in it. I'm sorry.
Oh, so I was looking at the orbs. So.
16 orbs. There's 2 rows of 8.
Martha always wants to take a nap for some reason.
All right. I'm in the room now, since no one appears to have attacked these guys yet.
Zook, you've seen something like these designs on this door before.
I have.
You have, on the scroll that was handed to you by Taros.
Ooh.
Oh.
Remember,
hey.
he told you came to him looking for ancient tombs with treasure hidden within, and this is the scroll he gave you. And when you opened it, there was nothing in there but weird designs, 16 circular designs, and they look similar to the pattern on the designs of this door.
All right. Well, I'm gonna walk on over here. I'm gonna show this thing to Taryn and
Taryn's not here. That's Eldove.
Eldove. Damn it. And we're gonna muse over this door and the scroll.
Examining the door a little bit more, the orbs are not fixed. They look like they could be spun on their axis. And
right.
as you do, you see runes or etchings or markings on each one. It seems like what you're holding is a combination.
Well, that seems useful. Nice job, Zook.
Hey, I went through hell to get this scroll, so I hope there's something good in here.
He literally did, yes.
I'm
impressed.
Eldove, do you want to do this, or do you want?
Eldove has to because Zook can't reach the higher of the two rows of orbs.
I absolutely want to.
All right, I give him
what
I'm hoping is this combination cipher, and let him do it.
And
I do it.
It only takes a few minutes. It's trivial to do. Like, it doesn't require a check. By referencing the scroll, and you pivot the stone balls into the correct configuration, and as soon as you align the last one, you hear a loud, very loud grinding noise echoing somewhere inside of the wall in front of you. And then the whole door just falls in 4 loud crashes. Ka-boom, 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 ka-boom. And it reveals the alcove beyond.
Absolutely nothing.
Oh, not you. That's what you wish. You wish there was absolutely nothing. Unfortunately.
All that noise, I'll draw my sword and be ready for anybody to come investigate.
Oh God. That doesn't fit there. Oh, now it does.
So, after the dust settles, after the door has crashed away, you see an unnerving statue sitting inside the alcove. At first glance, it looks like a man bound in chains, but on closer inspection, you see there's nothing mannish about this creature. Its features are very devilish in nature, the features of nightmares, and you see the chains are not binding it. They seem to be a part of it, like they're wrapped around its jaw and neck. They crisscross down its arms and are lashed up both of its legs. And the chains dangle off of its shoulders and pool in the floor in front of it. And nestled at the foot of the statue, amongst these chains, is a gargantuan ruby, about the size of 2 fists. And the way it's laying there makes it look as though the recess were carved specifically to hold this particular gem.
Okay, you guys ready to fight a living statue? Because I think I know where this is going.
We all think that there's no way we're leaving here with that ruby, right?
It depends. What does Zook say upon seeing this ruby? Or is I'm gonna picture the scene in my head. I'm picturing like the scene in Aladdin where Abu sees the statue holding the ruby. Yeah, that's what Zook's doing right now.
That is exactly what I'm picturing.
I went through an ordeal just to get that scroll, and the point of this scroll seems to be to lead me to this ruby.
I tell you what, me and Zook, we'll go to the back of the room. You stand a little bit closer, but not directly in front of the statue, and I will grab that ruby with my mage hand.
Okay, place yourself in the room where you want to be.
I am right where I need to be.
I kind of want to be where Fred is, actually.
Okay.
What does Fred think about this?
You ask Fred, and he says, if we don't take that ruby, and you can't move Fred. Fred's not your character.
Oh, fine.
You can stand next to Fred, but you can't stand where he is. He says, if we don't put that ruby in our satchel, then everything I've known about going into ancient tombs has been wrong.
See, this is why we brought Fred. Alright, I will, kind of... Am I able to see over this chair, or is this chair enormous?
You can see around it. It's huge, but you can definitely see around it. You can position yourself there and use Mage Hand.
Can I wedge behind this rubble, or is it taking up that whole square?
It is taking up the whole square. You cannot. So you can climb on top of it, maybe, but...
You want to get on top of that rubble before I...
Good luck trying to... So yeah, you climb up on top of
this ruby with my mage hand?
You've got a good look at the ruby down over the chair.
Alright, so I'm kind of hunkered up there.
Alright, in that case, everyone ready?
Sure.
I grab the ruby with my mage hand.
and you send out this magical hand of force. What does this hand look like? I'm assuming it comes out of your signet ring and it's like flaming or whatever.
Oh, absolutely. Like, I'm glad you understand. It looks exactly like my hand, only it has a fiery aura around it.
Okay.
And it does have the signet ring.
And
It's very important.
so can the signet ring on your mage hand send out smaller mage hands, which in turn have smaller signet rings? Like, are we like mage hand deception here?
Yes, but they can't do anything.
Wait,
Can
they
they
can fist pump though, right?
Yes.
Okay. You set out the mage hand, and as soon as the mage hand gets a grip on the statue, it just evaporates into steam. Not the statue, the ruby, I'm sorry. So you go to pick the ruby up, and as soon as you get the finger of the mage hand onto this ruby, your whole hand just evaporates in a puff of steam.
Motherfucker.
Well, I'm glad I didn't grab that ruby. Does the statue move?
The statue does not move. The statue is made of solid stone. The chains themselves are also carved in stone. I don't want to give the impression that they're like somebody lashed chains over the statue. The chains are part of the statue.
Well, I think we should look over this a little bit more.
Yeah.
Did you hear anything about from when you got this scroll?
All I was told, the scroll was given to me as a reward for doing some shit in town.
All right.
And I was under the impression it was leading me to treasure.
Some shit in town, you say?
Work, odd jobs.
I'm sure.
Remember, I'm an envoy for the Guild of Shadows, so, you know.
Yeah, exactly. That's why I'm so skeptical.
Hey, it's a reputable guild.
Now,
That is a
I'll
legal
address
guild.
that real quick. Khalil, there are rumors in town that the Guild of Shadows is involved with thievery and assassination, blah, 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 but
Exactly.
in
that's
your
the kind of stuff that
entire
I'm-
lifetime, there has never been a shred of tangible evidence connecting them to any crime that you're aware of.
Well, still, they gotta be up to something.
That's the general gist that, like, Null Zahur would agree with you. They're up to something, but nobody can prove anything. And this has been the case for as long as you've been in the Wall Walkers, at least.
All right.
Yeah.
Are we gonna? So we're gonna investigate this thing a little closer.
We are not leaving without that ruby. This ruby has offended me and my mage hand.
So did the ruby disappear or did it reappear after
No,
the
the
mage
ruby
hand?
didn't do anything. The mage hand laid down onto the ruby to go pick it up, and as soon as it made contact, it just disappeared in a cloud of steam. It looked like the mage hand just evaporated.
Does anybody have a 10-foot pole?
Nope.
No. No,
I've got some rope. We can try to rope that ruby over here.
Are you skilled in lassoing?
No, but I'm skilled in draping.
All right. Yeah, sure, go for it. I mean, or I could just throw my backpack over it.
If you don't have anything that you find valuable in your backpack, I consider that an excellent idea.
Well, no, I have a spare pouch of some sort.
Like I said, the
All
ruby's
right.
as big as 2 fists, so it'll fit in a backpack, but probably not a belt pouch.
Oh, you know what? I've got this shitty sandy hoodie that I picked up in the desert.
You do.
That's true. We do have the shitty hoodie. We can wrap this thing up in the shitty hoodie.
Let's
So,
see if we can.
What's
let's-
happening,
let's
Zook?
I'm going to try just throwing the shitty hoodie over it and see if it maintains its shape or bursts into flames or anything.
You throw the sandy cloak over the top of the
Mhm.
ruby, and it settles and is motionless.
So maybe it's magic resistant. Maybe it's not so much that it's hot.
Yeah, that seems good. All right, I'm going to.
First of all, I'm going to back up.
I am still eyeing this statue very carefully.
The statue
And
has not
may-
moved.
Yeah, but even so, being overly precautious, I'm going to try to be as quiet as possible, as stealthy as possible in plain view of this statue as I
Wait,
grab.
now I'm confused. Who are you trying to be stealthy from? The statue? Because the statue can't see, and also you're right in front of it. So even if it
Okay.
could see, you couldn't be stealthy here.
Well, just as far as I'm careful not to touch the statue. I'm careful to be quiet. That's all I'm saying.
Okay.
And I'm going to try to basically, without touching where the ruby is at all,
Mhm.
gather the cloak around it and try to see if I can pick it up.
That would not be possible because the cloak is laying on top of the ruby. You would still have to pick the ruby up.
All right. Well,
you can't throw a shirt on top of a bowling ball and draw it back and have the bowling ball inside the shirt.
Fine. All right.
Yeah,
well,
you can.
You probably okay. Anyhow, fine. With the cloak wrapped around it, so I'm not making physical contact with the ruby. I try to pick it up.
Okay, so you're going to grab the ruby, but keep the cloak, like the cloth of the cloak, between your hands, and you're wearing gloves, right, of some kind, I assume.
Well, yeah, I mean like thievy gloves and that kind of stuff. But
sure,
like,
you've got gloves and the cloak, and
I'm treating this like a turd at the dog park, and I'm
Gotcha.
using the plastic bag on it.
And you pick up the ruby. And that was a mistake, my friend.
I knew it would be.
Zook, you immediately... I'm going to move you over here for a minute.
Oh, sir.
You immediately realize your mistake. So why don't you give me a second here? Because as soon as you put your hands on this ruby, even though you've got the cloak over it...
Damn it!
Immediately you find yourself in what can only be described as a hellish arena. You're standing... It looks similar to the pit in Kiska where Adric died needlessly, but instead of being like a sandy pit, it's blood-slicked, essentially. And you have a red sky overhead filled with black clouds and arcing purple lightning between them, and this gross drizzle is coming down. Looking up at the arena, the stands are packed with shadowy figures. You can't make any of them out, but once in a while you get a flash of a fang or a glowing eye or an eye stalk, and you hear devilish cries for your blood coming up from the stands. And facing down, you see a creature that looks like the statue from the alcove, a creature draped in chains, and he's eyeing you viciously, and he's gathering up the chains around him, and you see more chains suspended from the air, from the clouds, just rising up into the sky, and chains crisscrossing the ground of the arena. And he starts swinging it around his head, and he comes at you, and that, my friend, is initiative.
I'm sorry, that's what?
That's initiative.
Is that initiative for us bystanders, or him?
Just for Zook.
Okay. Oh, wonderful.
That'll be it. Oh, is that a 1?
It totally is a 1.
As soon as he disappears, Eldove yells out, "Oh shit!"
All right, give me
all right,
one
so
second.
that becomes a 4 total.
Wow, 4? That's not great.
Yeah. I'm gonna be dead before I move.
Considering he rolled an 18, you very well might be.
The ruby vaporized him.
Shit, I didn't copy this monster's stats down, so it's not gonna much
You
matter.
disintegrated. You disintegrated the party thief.
Listen, this is all because of you, McDohl. Because you died last session, and now I was so mad at everybody else for not bringing you back that now I'm gonna punish them one by one.
So
starting with Zook.
Let's see. How about a half-orc paladin? That'd be an interesting combination.
So, Zook, this thing closes the distance on you.
Wait, where am I?
Wait, how long is this going
right
on?
here.
Because there will be actions I will be making.
I understand. You are, like I said, you're in this hellish arena landscape. You appeared here, you put your hands on this ruby, and immediately you were here.
Do I have the ruby?
You do not.
Well, now I'm extra annoyed.
You don't have the cloak either. And you're being attacked by this guy.
Wait, is the cloak still on the ruby?
And that's a crit.
You're fucking kidding me.
And did his other attack hit, I wonder? Your armor class is 15, so yeah, both attacks hit. Okay, so... $27... That is 35 damage from these whips.
Alright. I want to use my uncanny dodge as a reaction to half one of those.
To half one
something.
of those?
Is it 2 attacks?
It's 2 attacks, but one of them critted, so...
Half the crit, half the crit, half the crit.
Okay, I can use uncanny dodge. Let me double check to see exactly what the wording is on it. I
Okay.
wrote down you can... I can use my reaction to half damage on seen attacks, which I'm assuming I saw this one coming.
Oh yeah, you definitely did. So yeah, you can cut one of those in half. So it's going to be 23 damage.
Okay.
And it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm down to... You said 23, I'm down to 16 hit points.
That is correct.
Do I see anything in this hellish help? This
there are chains
hellscape that looks like escape?
That looks like escape? You do not.
These chains that are going up into the clouds?
You want to try to climb one?
Are they attached to the beast, or are they just like, does one go to the ground somewhere?
There are chains crisscrossing the whole arena, on the grounds, along the walls, and some of them are just dangling down from the sky above. You have no idea what they're attached to. And yes, the creature has chains attached to him as well.
I think I want to book up one of these chains as quickly as possible.
That is awesome.
And see if that gets me anywhere.
Make an athletics check, and you don't have your movement halved when you climb, right?
Right.
Okay. Yeah, make me an athletics check.
That's a 18 and...
So you can get 60 feet up a rope with that roll. You can get up there. So, yeah, you grab one of these chains, and they're slick and rusty, and they're coated with something viscous and not very nice. But you manage to get yourself, and you climb as fast as you can. You hear the audience reaction to this is very negative.
I don't give a fuck.
And you get up as high as you can, and you feel barbs shoot out from the metal of the chain into your hands and your arms. And it's very painful.
Ow.
And then you feel the chain move outside of your control. And when you look down, you see the creature below you is controlling it. And he whips you back and then slams you down in the ground.
That's... Rip.
For 7 more damage.
Oh. Okay. 9. 9 hits.
And it's your turn again.
It's my turn again?
Yeah, that was his action.
His action was to say, no, you're not going nowhere, freak show. Bonesaw is ready!
Oh, I'm sorry. You actually get to make a strength save or be grappled. My bad. So go ahead and save strength. DC is, I believe, 20. Oh, never mind. You rolled a 3. So you are grappled, which means he can move you wherever he wants, and he chooses to move you next to him. So he slams you into the ground right next to you. Right next to him. But you do have an action now, and it is a strength, either athletics or acrobatics, to get free of the chain if you want to move away from him.
And that would be my action for the round?
That would be your action for the round.
Alright, it could be athletics or strength?
Athletics is strength. Athletics is a strength check, plus if you're proficient in the athletic skill, you can add it, which you're not.
I'm not.
But you can also do acrobatics, which is dexterity.
Oh yeah, that's
got
what you said.
6.
Acrobatics or strength. Yeah. I'm gonna do an acrobatics check. Can you tell me what I need to get?
Is...
Alright, I'm gonna use a lucky token.
It's actually opposed check. So you've got to beat 12.
Alright, I'm gonna use a lucky token.
I would too, if I was you. I absolutely would. Alright, so
okay.
you wriggle free of his grapple and you're back on your feet. But that is your action, and he takes 2 more lashes at you with these hooked chains.
Wait. I was gonna try to run away after I got free. Can I not do that?
Sure, yeah.
After my action?
Where would you like to run to?
Just as far away from him as I can.
As soon as you move, you provoke an opportunity attack, because you cannot disengage. Well, actually, you're a rogue. You probably can disengage. As a free, can't you as a bonus action?
I can. I can disengage and I can run.
Yeah, you can.
And
So you can. You can use your bonus action to disengage, then move up to your movement, but you can't dash.
Right. All right. I mean, are we actually on a grid right now?
No, not really. I mean, this is kind of in our
right
mind at this point.
Yeah, so I'm trying to just basically get at range from this guy. I don't know if that's even possible at this point.
Okay, so use your action to wriggle free from the ropes. Use your bonus action to disengage from him, because his reach is 10 feet, not 5. And you can get 25 feet away from him, but it just doesn't matter because he's fairly
He's going to
fast.
close the distance. Yeah.
And he crits again. Awesome.
No.
I swear to God. The other one missed, though.
God.
His second attack missed. But you have 6 hit points left because he did way more than 6 damage.
I have 9 hit points left. I think.
9?
Yeah. And
He did way more than 9 damage.
He did 15 damage.
well, half that.
Half that?
I'm assuming I saw it. I mean, I don't see
You
any
did.
limitation on uncanny dodge. I just have to be able to see it.
You are absolutely right. So you're down to 2 hit points by my count.
Jesus Christ.
He has all his hit points, by the way.
Yeah, and I don't know how many that is. So
Oh, I can tell you, it's 85.
What?
Rickard just wanted to kill someone today, apparently.
I'm punishing all of you for letting Adric die. I loved Adric. He was my favorite.
This is bullshit. I'm gonna try to shoot an arrow in his fucking knee and see if I can slow him down. That's
Okay.
all I can think to do right now.
His AC is 16 because he's wearing an armor of chains. So go ahead and make the shot. Remember, you've got your +1 short bow.
Yeah.
Okay. That's a 1. So
Lucky token. Lucky token.
Lucky token. It's a token. Zook's gonna die.
That'll be
Yes, we
18.
do.
will that do it? Got to hit 16. You get what, a +6?
Yeah.
Go ahead and roll your damage.
So that'll be a whole 2 + 3 + 4. So it's a 6 total.
And yeah, you draw back and you plunge his arrow and you see it go hit him somewhere in the chest area. But he didn't seem to notice, because again, he's wearing this armor full of chains. You see the arrow bury itself somewhere in these metal chains, but you're not sure if you hit the flesh underneath. You're not sure if there is flesh underneath. And he's going to go ahead and finish this up.
Okay.
Second attack.
I sure hope I
missed,
rematerialize in the real world after you kill me.
and that is 10 damage.
I don't know which of us you expect to cast Raise Dead on you.
Nobody, judging by this friggin' group.
All right, so I'm dead.
And you hear the chain. You feel the chain lash through you. You feel the hook of this chain get into your neck, and then you black out. For those of you back in the room, here's what you see. In one moment, you see Zook put his hands on this ruby. The next second, you see these blood-red chains burst out from under the cloak and grab Zook by the appendages, lift him up off the ground. This chain wraps around his neck and up around his arms and his limbs. How much of your skin is exposed, Zook? Just, like, where on your body would have exposed skin?
pretty much just my head and neck is exposed, and I
Okay.
probably have, like, fingerless gloves for work.
Okay, so yeah, you see the chains get them up around the arms, the hands, the torso, and especially the neck, and you see the chains constricting, and you're about to move in to do something, but as soon as you do, the chains retract. But they don't go back into the ruby, they go directly into Zook. And Zook is dropped on the ground, like, gasping for air. And he's like patting himself down to see if he's still there. And as far as he can tell, he's whole. And Zook, you feel around your neck, and you can feel the place where the chains grab your neck. And looking down at your fingerless gloves, you see where the chains pressed against your skin, they've left like a black tattoo there. So here's what I want you to do. You have your PHB handy?
What do you say we leave the ruby?
There is no more ruby. The ruby's gone. It's just the
Okay.
cloak kind of fell onto the chains in front of it. The ruby is gone, and the chains have retracted into the Zook.
The ruby is now a part of me.
So, do you have your PHB handy?
Yes, what page are we looking at?
We're going to go to page 222. There is a cantrip.
222.
There's a cantrip there called Thorn Whip. You now have access to this cantrip, except instead of thorns, you lash out with chains.
To what page?
282.
Or 282.
22.
Did I say 22? I'm stupid. Sorry. So yeah, 282. You now have access.
Do I have my hips back?
You do. You don't have any damage.
Do I get my luckies back, or is
You
that
do not.
actually
You
spent?
expended those.
So I get Thorn Whip now.
It's called Chain Whip. The stats are the same, but they manifest as bloody chains with hooks rather than thorns. The spell scales as far as damage is concerned, just like normal. And you use Charisma as your spellcasting ability when you cast it. And you can do that once per short rest.
Short rest or?
Short rest.
Long rest.
Once per hour rest, you can cast these chains out to do your bidding.
Okay.
So you may add that to your sheet, down in your spellcasting
You let a
abilities.
PC die. Here's a superpower. There you go.
So, Fred is
just
standing
wet myself,
aghast at what just happened. And you see him about to dart forward when he sees the chains let go and Zook collapses to the floor gasping. Like, there's just silence for a moment. Like, it's very tense. Like...
Hey, guys, guess what? Zook is Lassie, an enemy of Cocoon!
You guys in the room you see these tattoos of chains around his neck, but Zook hasn't noticed them yet. He just noticed that some of his fingertips are blackened.
Oh shit, Zook, are you okay?
I don't know.
Zook,
Do I just innately know that I have this ability now?
Yes, you do. You know that somehow the ruby has receded into your body and you now control these bloody chains.
All right. Well, because Eldove is there and I think he'll appreciate this, I will say something to the effect of, I think I can control these chains now.
Okay. Well, that's good, I guess.
When Fred
Khalil
sees
doesn't
you're
even know what to
okay,
think.
and Fred sees that you're not in distress, he kind of looks amazed. Like, he's very excited about this new development now.
I need to have words with my guild boss.
I would say so.
I very much would say so, yes.
As far as the statue and the chains in front of it, it has not moved at all. But this definitely is the creature that you just fought in that hell dimension.
Okay. So that happened.
Well, alright then.
Can we get the hell out of this room?
Not yet, I want to look at this chair.
Okay, you go sit in the chair. I'm gonna get away from this statue.
You cannot close the
hell
door.
out.
The door has receded into the floor, so there's no way to close that door back up.
I don't care. I'm just hiding and
So
figuring out how this
what's
spell
the deal
damage
with
works.
this magic circle?
You have no idea. It's just etchings in the floor that... I mean, you surmise that they have been magic runes at one point, but more clues than that you do not have.
But the chair just looks like a normal chair?
Well, it looks like a seat that was carved into this pillar, but the top half of the pillar is broken off, just leaving the seat and like a few inches of backing. So you could hop up there and sit down if you want.
So Fred, how do you feel about sitting in this chair?
And he scratches his beard a little bit, looks over at Zook, looks back at you. So I think it's a fine seat for an elf.
You could shoot some fine chains, though.
Because I prefer my crossbow, I believe.
Wait, Fred has a crossbow now?
Fred's always had a crossbow. He is armed with a crossbow and a short sword.
Oh, I just remembered him having a sword.
And his
Dude.
loot. Always.
Dude, oh my god, we had this in-joke of where the cleric carried a crossbow, and nobody thought that the cleric carried a crossbow. So every session is like, the cleric was like, I ready my crossbow. You have a crossbow? I've always had a crossbow. Like,
No.
literally, that happened every session.
Fred, you don't think you've ever seen him fire it, but he does carry it.
Well, what do you say we get out of this room?
You have two options: the door back the way you came, or you have the store door that Khalil's standing in.
I'm actually a little more interested in this door down here, this busted down door.
Okay. Do you walk through it?
Yeah.
You won't be able to see around the corner till you actually walk out in the hallway.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna peek my head around that corner.
And you see another hallway leading off that direction. Goes about 20 feet and then turns to the left.
I'll keep walking forward and poke my head around the corner again.
And then you gotta walk to the corner. The zombies are gonna get you eventually. You just have to make your peace with that.
I guess.
Okay. And you see the hallway continue down for quite a ways, almost out of the range of your torchlight, and turns off to the right.
Onward then.
Okay. Is everybody following? Are we in a marching order now, or?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oops, sorry.
Hey! Easy now.
And Fred looks down and says, Zook, and he kind of motions to his neck, like pointing out the tattoos to you. And it's hard for you to see your own neck, but you think you get what he's getting at.
Okay. That's... Yeah, sure.
Don't worry about it.
You poke around the next corner,
Fine.
and you see this slight dead end, and at one point a sarcophagus stood at the end, but it's long since been pried open, and whatever's in there has been looted and taken away. And the path continues down to the south.
Yes, we go. Boop, 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 boop.
And it circles up and back around.
Well, curling in and around itself.
Very much is. And then finally, the hallway ends at a doorway. Same deal as before, just a stone slab with the bronze latch on it.
So not locked.
Is not locked.
Open it up.
Pop it open. All right, give me 1 second, please, so I can spawn in.
3 statues with...
Chains on them.
and 3 rupees.
The big black thing.
I was going to say, does that just look like a big black nothingness to everyone else?
It's a big black chocolate.
The center of the chamber
chocolate bar.
is actually dominated by a huge open pit. You see curved scrapings along the north and south wall. It suggests that originally there was a sandstone floor in this room designed as a trap. The trap was sprung, the sandstone swung downward, creating these scrapings against the wall on the east and west sides. So you have this 15 by 15 foot pit just sitting in the middle of the room, and looking down below you, about a 30-foot drop, and you see a bed of bladed bronze spears sticking up out of the ground. And you see several skeletons draped on these spears from down there in the room below.
Nasty.
There's no way to
the Mortal Kombat arena.
There's no way to sidle along the edges of the pit, and it's 15 feet across.
You know, we either double back or we try to get across. I'm all for
Or
doubling
you
back.
jump in.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
I'm guessing that at some
Hey,
point
Eldove, there
this
you go.
looked like that hallway.
I'm sorry, what?
I'm guessing that at some point, this is to the parties,
Mm-hmm.
that this floor is like that other floor that I fell into.
It's not,
Possibly.
actually, because you can actually see the stone slabs that once comprised the center of the room, how they've opened and swung downward. So they're actually laying against the east and west walls of the pit. This was a mechanical trap that had been sprung. This is not magical sand.
I'm starting to think we should have gotten a 10-foot pole.
As I said, we can either double back or we can try to get across. I'm all for doubling back.
Yeah, let's double back.
Okay.
Maybe go back around this little conga line and back to the main chamber.
Okay. And again, you walk in, the miners regard you as friends, and they keep their distance as best they can from Khalil with his torch.
Alright, last door we haven't been through.
There's a stairway leading deeper down into the tomb. Goes downward about 10 or 15 feet, comes to a landing, and then turns off to the right.
And then B1. Bloop.
Okay. Give me 1
Yeah.
second to
Zelda.
save this floor.
The brick for my chain whips. What were you saying about charisma?
Your spellcasting ability is charisma for purposes of that cantrip.
Okay. But
So-
the damage is the same as in the book. It's the 1d6
Right.
and
Uh-huh.
and pulling the creature.
Yep, all that's the
Okay.
same.
Okay.
So you guys come down the stairway into this hallway here, facing west.
And I'm guessing that this that spell does not require material components.
It doesn't require anything for him, no. Requires,
Yeah.
I mean, it requires somatic components because he has to move to use it. But so the stairs turn right and descend down into the tomb. You emerge in a hallway. you see another stone door off to your right. The walls along the hallway in front of you are set with sarcophagi all along them, but again, they've all been pried open long ago, emptied of whatever was inside. You see some mummified remains spilling onto the floor, but nothing of value. The stone visages of those entombed, the ones you can even make out as faces, they've been worn away over the years. You can't see any features. Now, the stone door to your right doesn't have a handle.
Mm-hmm.
Instead,
it's got a spherical puzzle
it does not.
that Zook clearly has the thing for, so he can get hooked up with another superpower.
No, you see a box set into a recess in the wall in front of the door that has 3 levers into it, bronze like handles that are meant to be moved.
How far into it is it set?
Just flush with the wall.
Oh, it is flush with the wall? Okay.
So you can reach into this recess and operate these 3 levers. Now, the bronze bars that are set there, the first 2 of them are pointed downward, and the third one is pointed upward.
So you're saying the first 2 levers are down, and the last one's up?
Right. So if you're reading from left to right, it's down, down, up.
All right. Well, I say we fool around with these levers.
I say I spawn Fred in because I changed maps.
Yeah.
Good old Fred.
He's
Wait, no,
What's
that's
the
not
deal
blue.
with this door?
That's not blue. What's the deal with what? I'm sorry?
This door here?
Does not have a handle or a latch on it.
Okay.
all right.
Do any of the levers show signs of being moved recently?
They don't look dusty, if that's your question. They don't look like they've been sitting for thousands of years like other places in this tomb. But like I said, many of these areas look well-traveled, and the stairway you came down also looks like it's been used recently. There's definitely been traffic through here.
All right. Let's.
Well, before we start fooling with these levers, let's just inspect the rest of the room. Is there anything down this hallway?
Like I said, it's lined with sarcophagi, but they've all been pried open. And so unless you're interested in some like desiccated, mummified remains, there's not much to be had.
I'm really not in the mummified remains business at the moment.
I didn't imagine you were.
All right, then I would say match up the other lever to the other 2 then.
Pull the right one down.
Yeah.
Okay. You pull the third bronze bar down, and again, you hear a great sound resonate through the walls. This time it's like a grinding stone-on-stone noise as the door in front of you slides downward. And you can peek your torch into the room. Oops, I'm sorry. I need to delete some more of these. Well, don't move yourself in yet.
No, I was just going toward the doorway.
Okay. Standing in the doorway, looking in, you see some more of these little lever boxes against the far wall. You can't make out in the flickering light what they're set to, but you can see the 3 recesses inside of the room. And I need to spawn one more thing in, if you will permit me, please. I gotta click lots a little bit. It's not Edgar. Edgar's a dickhead. And that's it. You do see some flickering light as you look through the doorway. So yeah, you see the familiar stone rubble, pried open sarcophagi along the walls, and a faint flickering light emanates from somewhere off to the left of the doorway, but you can't see it without stepping into the room. Other than that, the room is silent and still.
All right, step inside.
Okay, Khalil, put yourself on the first square inside the door. Eldove, put yourself in the doorway. Zook and Fred are still back on the stairs. That's initiative, people.
Oh yeah, you changed the map, so now we get to pull dice out again.
Sorry.
It's all good.
Man, this is just not my frickin' day.
22.
Okay.
Because I rolled nat 20.
That's awesome, but they got they
18.
get a surprise round.
Of course they do.
Okay, I rolled a
they do.
sweet 1.
Okay, well,
Because this is just the day I roll all the ones.
you got one more lucky,
I'm not going to use it on initiative.
and their bonus is +1. Okay, so
Yeah, Brickard, you're eating up all the 20s. Stop doing that.
Eldove, you got 18,
18.
and who was under Eldove?
I have 4 total.
4 total. God damn, Zook.
Yeah.
What did Khalil get?
22.
22. So Khalil is actually up here.
Yep.
I'm
think
starting
I'm
to think
just
that
still
this dice thing isn't tenable, Brick, because they disappear every single time we switch maps. So can you just look at my sheet to see spells?
Your sheet is my nipples. Maybe. I mean, keep track of them on your sheet.
Yeah, I will.
Okay. I don't trust you. You're a liar. Back me up, McDohl. Is Nodal not a liar? He's a terrible liar.
Nodal is very much a liar.
He is
Like,
7
he said
liars.
he said he was going to finish Final Fantasy V one of these days, and he never did when we were on the Fiesta.
Yeah, I did.
He finished it before either of us did.
That's true, but did he beat Omega Shinryu?
Oh my god.
I was very clear about not intending to beat those.
Well, then I would
Khalil,
really
what is
call
your
that
AC?
finished. My AC is 16, I believe.
16.
16 is my AC.
You take 4 damage.
Oh,
As soon as you step into the room, you see a flash of metal as one of the sand cloaks was lurking in the doorway right here.
oh, nice.
And he gets a decent hit on you as he slashes forward with this dagger. And his second attack misses. So he flashes out real quick. So you're able to... One of the blows glances off your arm, but the other one gets you a mild cut.
Okay.
And that will go to the top of the order. Khalil, do whatever you're going to do.
Alright. About to stab his ass. Yeah, I'm about to slash his... take this dude's head off straight up.
This guy seems like kind of a trash baby. 4 damage.
Where are you rolling?
9 plus rolling to hit, 14.
That hits. He's wearing hide armor.
Alright, take a d8 of damage, plus 3 is 6.
6 damage.
6 damage.
And what's your weapon? You have a scimitar?
Longsword.
Longsword. So yeah, this guy gets you a couple times with his dagger, and you're just not having it. You go in with your longsword, get a good solid hit underneath his cloak. And you see the blood starting to well up. At that... What color did I make this other one? Blue. I'm
Stand down
glad I
in
finished.
the name of the Keyskin Wall Walkers.
A second sand cloak, who is perched behind the rubble back here. You see her stand up and casts a spell. You hear
Oh, hell no.
magic words. Hell no what?
I'm the only one allowed to cast magic around here.
But she casts the spell, and you see the wound that you've just dealt to this first sand cloak close up.
Motherfucker, they got a healer.
And
Fine.
he's going to dagger you again, man.
Good.
Go for the healer.
2 hits. So 3 and 4 is 7. Take 7 damage from these dagger hits. Now he's aiming upwards at your face and head.
Okay. 7 damage?
7 damage.
Okay.
You get the sense that he's not very proficient. He's making, like, wild, almost berserk attacks. What that means is, when you attack him, you have advantage. And it's Eldove's turn.
The way I said it, it was like, I told him stand down in the name of the Keyskin Wall Walkers, and
he is very not
he ignored the fuck
standing
out of me. So yeah, he's about to get his shit pushed in.
Eldove, it's your turn, man.
Alright, so what's the deal with peeking around this corner here?
You really can't without putting yourself in mortal danger. You can walk through the room, but you'll provoke an opportunity attack. No, you won't. Never mind. You won't provoke any attacks. You can walk into the room freely, provided that Khalil allows it.
Yeah, it's fine.
Khalil, you gonna let me through?
No. Yeah, I'm just
Alright,
kidding.
I will back over here.
Okay. If you're standing there, the girl behind the rock has 3/4 cover.
Okay. Well, how does 3/4 cover work?
+5 to her AC.
Alright. I am going to, let's just I doubt she can heal both of them at once, so I'm just going to cast an acid splash at the rubble, the top of the rubble.
You are a dick. That is
Yeah.
acid? Really? Now, I just want to point out, everybody in chat, that Nodal is using an acid attack against an Arabic woman. Okay? This is very politically incorrect. This is
Wow.
fine. All right,
This is fine.
We all know what kind of person Nodal is. No, go ahead and roll it. Whatever you need to do.
I don't need to roll shit. They need to roll.
What's the
Dex
save?
saving throw for each of them.
Dex save?
Saving throw, 15.
15?
For Nodal's next trick, he sends her to Guantanamo Bay.
They both fail.
Wow. Alright, they both take, whoops.
I will be back in just a second.
Mhm.
They both take 5 damage.
5 damage. Okay. So yeah, you throw this ball of acid. It kind of boot up over Khalil's head, crashes on the top of this rubble, and splashes in either direction. And you hear the shriek with pain from behind the rock, where you've splashed this Arabic woman's face with acid, you monster. Jeez, you're gonna be in Time magazine now. That's your problem.
She'll get over it.
Zook!
Alright. Khalil, you gonna let me buy you?
Khalil's gone. You can get by if you want.
Alright.
Yeah.
So-
Khalil is engaged with melee with this sand cloak, so Khalil's the only one who can provoke an opportunity attack if he leaves the area, basically. So you can get there, no problem.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Standing there, the girl has 3/4 cover. The man has no cover.
Well, I can actually go 1, 2, 3, 4. I can actually get.
You can get pretty much
her.
anywhere you want. Yeah, and if you're standing
No.
there, then nobody's got
Since she
cover.
didn't, since I was out of the room and she just got splashed with acid, can I get a sneak attack on her, or will you limit me to this dude since he's engaged?
You would have to. Well, she knows you're there because you're not hiding, and he's engaged. If you want the sneak attack, you've got to take it on the guy.
All right,
You
so
cannot
I'm gonna.
get a sneak attack off against her unless you have invisibility of some kind.
No, I don't. So I just thought maybe I could. And she just got acid thrown in her eyes before I walked in the room.
By Nodal.
That's okay.
He's a freak.
So I'm gonna come right here, and then I'm going to use my my bow on him.
All right, roll it. That was almost a 20.
a 20. I know. That'll be 14.
That hits.
All right, so the bow attack will be 3 plus. That'll be 7.
Okay, hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Okay, 7 damage on him, and then sneak attack.
Sneak attack. Straight up 3d6.
Your sneak attack is 3d6 now. Wow.
Yes. And that'll be 9 more. 7 plus 9, so it's 16 total.
16
Jesus
total.
Christ.
That's
Yeah,
good
sneak
damage,
attack's
man.
pretty good, you guys.
And so Zook darts under Khalil's leg, rolls to the back of the room, gets his awesome new magic bow out, and fwing, lets loose an arrow, and it plunges directly into the sand cloak. And it's solid. It's hit something vital in there.
I didn't kill it.
You did not. He's got a lot of hit points.
Okay, well then my bonus action I disengage and I move back behind Khalil.
Well, you don't have to disengage because you're not in melee with anything. So you can just go ahead and
Oh,
move.
that only counts. Okay, never mind. Well, anyways, I get behind him.
He disengages anyway, though, just because he
Yeah,
can.
Just to be safe.
Just in case.
Gotcha. Nothing wrong with that. Khalil, Fred starts strumming some good shit on his lute.
Good.
About the honor of the wall walkers and how they bring evildoers to justice. And he found all kinds of rhymes with the word desert in many languages you guys have never even heard before.
Many of them offensive.
Go ahead and take
Awesome.
a d6 bardic inspiration die.
Sure.
You can add that to any attack, save, or ability check roll, and you have it until basically the end of this encounter.
All right.
And it's your turn, my friend.
Yep. I'm getting ready to roll my to hit over here for. I believe that's plus 5.
Roll with advantage, though, if you're attacking the green guy.
Oh, okay. With advantage.
Yeah,
All
because
right.
he's attacking recklessly. I'm pretty sure
So
that
it's-
11 hits anyway, but, I mean, might as well go for the crit, right?
Might as well go for the crit. Yeah.
All right.
D8 plus 3 is 5.
5 damage total?
Yeah, I don't have extra attack yet because I'm only level 3.
Gotcha. And you slash at him, and again, you get a nice solid hit on him. And you're wearing on him, but he's relatively stocky.
Should have gone for the healer, sorry.
He looks like he can go for a bit more. The girl, you see her pop up from behind the rock again. And, again, she casts another spell. She pulls this holy symbol out and holds it above her head. And you look at it. Zook, you recognize it. This holy symbol looks virtually identical to the imagery that was in Gendrid's room on the ship before you guys got rid of all of it.
Okay.
Oh, shit.
And from the holy symbol, this mist quickly seeps out from it and engulfs all of the 3 of you standing in the room. And after a second, it doesn't take the form of mist, but it rather takes the form of skeletons wielding sharp spears, and they're jabbed inward at you. Everybody can make a wisdom save if you'd like. Remember, Khalil, you have your bardic inspiration. This would not be a bad time to use it.
Totally.
I got a 7.
Got a 7?
Yeah, I'll burn my inspiration die because I only got a 10 on die, plus 2, plus, so 13.
Okay, the DC... I'm sorry, I gotta look this up. Did everybody pass an 11?
Yes.
I had
No,
an
I got a
11,
7.
You got a 7. Okay. Eldove, your speed is halved while you're in this area. Actually, everybody's speed is half while you're in the area. And you all take some damage. Isn't that fun? Yeah, Eldove, you'll be taking your damage right after this man takes his attack. And again, he lashes out with this dagger. He's trying to move in such a way to keep him and this rock between you guys. And he missed both of his attacks. Between you guys and the girl behind the rock.
He missed.
Oh, he missed. Even with advantage, he missed.
Oh, guess what? Guess what?
Uh-oh.
Superiority die.
Okay,
Riposte.
let's do it. Oh, riposte.
Yep. Oh, that's an 8 on the die. Let's see what I get for my d20 here.
So that's you get to make, basically, use your reaction to make... Oh, never mind, you missed. That's a 1.
Yeah, riposte is... Wait, does that add to hit, or does it...
Pretty sure it's a hit, but go ahead and look it up.
Oh, it's to damage. If I hit, I add it to damage, but no.
So yeah,
Alright, so I'm down to 3 more dice.
and you don't get another reaction until your next turn.
Yeah, that's fine. Which is coming up fairly soon, I think.
He flashes out with his daggers, but Khalil, your head is swarming. This whole area that I've drawn, this 15-foot square, is swarming with these skeletal, incorporeal monsters with spears. And every time they come around, they jab down at you. You're taking a lot of time trying to avoid these attacks that you swing at them with your riposte, but you're divided attention. You just can't get a good hit. Eldove.
Yeah, I'm about to take a move here.
You failed your save, right?